The Fresno County Sheriff's Department's lake patrol units are ramping up for an influx of boaters ready to hit the lakes, but they have some safety tips on how you can make the most out of your day on the water. Welcome back. Well, the first day of fall is feeling like an endless summer as we are trending slightly above average territory. Let's go right outside by way of our Valley Cam network. A look outside of our CBS 47 studios. A beautiful look at the mountain range out in distance, but overall still pretty clear. So zooming out to our satellite radar perspective, and remember that storm system that brought us some much needed rain earlier this week? Well, that has since moved its way up north, now exiting Northern California before eventually dissipating, and that's going to leave us here in the Central Valley pretty clear. As we take a look at your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy, showing moderate levels today and tomorrow. Now eventually clearing out by Saturday before eventually returning to moderate levels on Sunday. Your top pollens here are olive, sagebrush, and juniper. Temperatures right now pretty cool. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Gabe Salazar in for Brian Dorman and Catherine Herr. Well, firefighters are working to contain the Fork Fire in Madera, which is currently at 773 acres. It's not going to be textbook fall weather just yet, but regardless, it's still going to be pretty nice.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
We begin at noon with the wildfire watch. Residents in the village of Ruidoso were ordered to flee their homes without even taking time to grab any belongings. It's already claimed the life of one person. Let's start with the largest of the two fires, the South Fork Fire. It's now burned more than 16,000 acres and remains 0% contained. Welcome back and good evening. I'm Gabe Salazar. Well, as we close out the work week, we're not going to be dipping into the triple-digit heat just yet, but it will be a toasty segue into next week. So when life gives you lemons, you grab the tequila and salt. So you guys are also featured.
Well, we have Kelly Brienne who is the owner of Aerial Space. So tell us more about the business and what Aerial Sling is.
And officials confirming with me that this is the exact area where the Pebble fire started. They say that the fire started in this shed right here, eventually spreading to the surrounding areas, leaving this area completely charred. The house that was once here, now a pile of rubble. Now, 2 people were also suffering from burn injuries as the Pebble fire consumed over 50 acres here on Pebble and Ripple Lanes, forcing residents to evacuate. Now, the good news is that CAL FIRE officials say they have stopped a forward spread of the blaze. As temperatures warm up, more people are hitting the water. And that means patrol units are ramping up for the influx of boaters ready to hit the lakes.
Every year before Memorial Day, we do a 2-week training program. Allows all of the new people coming to our unit for the season to get well equipped with patrol operations that we handle on the lakes.
Despite rescue efforts at Lost Lake, a man has died after he went underwater and never resurfaced. Officials say this is the first Fresno County fatality on the water this year. And new this year, boaters who bring their own vessel on the water under the age of 45 must have their boater's license.
So the California Boater Card is something that we are enforcing. It's a one-time thing. Once you obtain it once, then you're done for life.
And once you're on the water and past a no-wake zone marked by a buoy, you must drive your boat counterclockwise.
The reason we do that is for a lake pattern for traffic. When lakes get really busy and there's a lot of boats out here, we try to enforce that to try to keep it safe for everybody.
Though you can still technically drink on a boat, the blood alcohol limit in the state of California to operate a boat is 0.08%. If you are convicted of boating under the influence, you can receive a fine of up to $1,000 and 6 months in jail.
Boats don't have brakes like cars do, so it's even more dangerous because making those quick adjustments that you need to, if you're even slightly impaired, can be a lot more difficult, causing a lot of harm to other people and their families out here in the waterways.
Also, someone to keep on the lookout for possible dangers.
And the thing is, other people are unpredictable. Just like you get people that get distracted when on the roadway, maybe they're eating or opening a drink or something. That happens up here too. And obviously it's very, very dangerous.
And if you see something, say something.
Hey, it looks like we got a boat coming towards us. I don't know if the guy's paying attention, right? Just communicating that with the different passengers on board, just to keep everybody safer.
Yep, looks like a great morning for a balloon launch.
We're taking the scenic route today. Come and join me for the ride.
With conditions almost perfect, I wasn't going to let this opportunity fly away. So up we went. I joined 10 other early risers, and for every single one of us, it was our first balloon ride in Albuquerque.
How often do you get people who are just trying to conquer their fear of heights?
You know, asking for a friend.
Very often, but the thing is if you look over the side, you can't really tell how high you are.
I don't know about that. We rose to an altitude of 7,700 feet, soared over homes, and mock drivers sitting in traffic over I-25. And we made it just in time to catch a view of the sunrise that you just can't beat.
What's your favorite part about piloting?
I think mostly meeting the people, and then there's no two flights that are the same. Even I've been doing it for 43 years now. I have over 4,000 hours, and every flight is different.
Some riders traveled across the country to the Duke City for this year's Fiesta.
So where are you visiting from?
Pennsylvania. Feels great. I mean, not too much of a problem. A little nervousness at first.
It's all an ode to the man who started Fiesta in the first place.
Sid Cutter is a name we hear a lot, especially around this time of year, known as the father of hot air ballooning in Albuquerque. And you have a direct connection to him, right?
Yes, I do. I started in 78, started flying for Sid about 2 years later, and from there on it's just kind of been a wonderful thing that I've been lucky to be involved in.
Just one piece of advice though.
What tips do you have for first-time flyers?
Well, enjoy the ride.
Hoping you have a great balloon fiesta. Yeah! Gabe Salazar, KOB4.